if you're not 16 years in, if you're not getting Bitcoin, like we kind of have to
Mm.
question you. Like are you okay? Like, is there something wrong? Like how do you, at this point, like I get like 10 years ago, not getting it and understanding it, but at this point, come on, like what's going on here? We got to question you.
Yeah, I did say that on a
Was it you? Okay.
podcast. I forgot
Oh, man.
whose podcast it was, but then I felt bad about it because I was like, well, actually, it's not fair to say it's on you because there's so much distraction out there, and it's all deliberate to distract you away from it. You know, you've got the ECB commenting on how Bitcoin's terrible. You've got what's her name, Christine Lagarde, commenting on Bitcoin.
Yep.
You just had the governor of the Bank of England today say that people need to buy Bitcoin with their eyes wide open because it's a really irresponsible way to allocate capital. So if you're in, if you don't understand anything about finance, you're going to listen to these people and say, well, they're the people that know. They're the, I don't want to listen to that guy on those C's podcast with the long hair. He looks a bit crazy. So, they want to listen to the Bank of England governor, right? For them, that's someone with status, with importance, who understands the economy, of course. As much the boomer generation, I would say also the younger people who, artists, school teachers, blue collar workers who don't understand finance. Well, they're going to look to these leaders and assume that they're telling them the truth. Whereas what Andrew Bailey obviously is trying to do is stop people fleeing the pound, because if they do, then it diminishes his ability to keep debasing it without a complete repricing. And, we always, as Bitcoiners, we always say, you vote with your Bitcoin. You get to vote against all the nonsense that comes with the fiat system by putting your money into Bitcoin. And I think that's very powerful. And this is what they're all fighting against, right? They don't care about your average person. They're just trying to keep the system propped up so they can line their pockets and, line their friends' pockets and keep the thing going so that at least while they're still in the job, there's no collapse.
Yeah. And I love that you said the boomer class takes a lot of the heat of just like, just trusting, not verifying. And the younger generation, it's like, they come off, or at least they try to come off as like so enlightened and like, we're not doing the same things the boomers did. And it's like, still human at the end of the day, right? Like you still get sucked in by the same rationalization and, human, and psychology and just all these things where like it knows no boundaries. And it's about moving the Overton window, right? I mean, money is psychology, or it's a psychological engine. So at the end of the day, it's, people, they want to, we get so literal at times, and it's an Overton window we're trying to push and change the narrative and wake people up, right? So like that's why people get so caught up sometimes in this, but it's not. We're playing an information war and getting people to wake up. That's the game. Like you said, that's why you come on the podcast. That's why I do this podcast. I'm trying to reach, the average person who might not understand, if you want to hear Richard talk about really super advanced stuff, going on, watching him on Preston's podcast or, some other ones might be a really good thing. But for me, I look at it as like 95% of the world needs to wake up. If we're talking super, super advanced stuff all day long here, we're just going to be in our echo chamber, and that might be great for Richard and I to talk about, but it's not going to help the average person. So that's where, like you touched on this earlier, and that's what kind of made me think of it too. Like reaching, like we have a duty. I know we feel an obligation to go share what we know with other people. So
I do definitely feel a level of responsibility to try and help people understand. No one around me, in my circle, other than the people that I've just been hammering about it for years and years, have got any idea. It's remarkable. And I ask everybody that. I mean, like, I'll ask you the same question. It's like, of your circle of friends, I mean, you're a Bitcoiner, you've got a Bitcoin podcast. How many people really understand Bitcoin of your close friends?
I could count on one hand. I'll tell you that.
Exactly. It's insane.
8 years.
And that's pretty much what you do all the time. And I'm the same. And, obviously I'm becoming friends with a lot more Bitcoiners of late, but, in my natural circle of friends before sort of getting to know a lot of Bitcoiners, it's one hand.
Mm-hmm.
It's one hand of
Yes,
people that really know.
it's wild.
It's crazy.
So
Despite
we're very
everything we
early
do,
still.
so, like we're trying all the time to be out on
Yes.
podcasts. I do like 2 or 3 a week. But
Mm-hmm.
it's just, I don't know. It just feels like people are stuck in the matrix and they can't get out of it.
Yes.
Like we said, oh, I don't have time. I'll send people stuff. But okay, you don't want to watch my podcast, I understand. But like, watch this guy.
Yeah.
Like
Watch
this
it.
guy, like,
Can't be a
because
messiah in your own town, right?
no, people are like, oh, shut up, I know you.
Yeah. Exactly.
Um, yeah, but like,
Oh man.
I spent a bit of time with Joe Bryan. I don't know if you know him.
Mm-hmm.
In Prague. He put that video, "What's the Problem?" together,
Mm-hmm.
and I think that is really powerful. So now I just send that to people. I'm like, don't like. It's not even about Bitcoin. It's just understanding what is broken. Like, if you can understand what is broken, and the fact that there might be a solution if what I'm telling you is true, then you are a good step of the way there, right?
Mm-hmm.
So
So
I'm
true.
using that a lot these days.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So good.
Mm.
That's so good. Do you think that I was going to ask you about just the dollar breaking in general, in the general sense of, do you think, because this is a question I've been asking people actually a fair amount too. I asked this with Peter
Mm.
recently. I think it was last week. I just posted his interview I did with him, Peter Dunworth, and it's when do you think, like, how long, like, we have the stable coin stuff going on here in America now, right? It's going on all around the world, but then we actually have federal legislation now in America. So it's this thing where I know a lot of Bitcoiners think it's an on-ramp to Bitcoin. And then there's some that are like, oh, get that out of here. It's going to be a CBDC and, yada, yada, yada. So like you have all these like varying ideas of what stable coins are going to be. In saying all that though, do you think that stable coins or just, I guess you can touch on stable coins, but just in general, like, will the dollar, do you think it's a long runway in the sense of like governments aren't going to give up that power easily, and it's going to continually just be beaten into the ground, like we were saying, for so long that, yeah, Bitcoin could be $1 billion per Bitcoin for sure, but what does a dollar actually buy you at that point? And I think that's like this,
Mm.
everyone's trying to weigh that, I guess. So like, do you
Mhm.
see the dollar or fiat currencies having this really long runway where it doesn't just flip overnight and they just evaporate, or maybe they do. Maybe in 5 years, 10 years, that 10% of society, like you said, or 70% of your friends are like, yeah, I'm not taking this worthless piece of trash, so it's gone.
Okay.
And then immediately, and then it does die. It just dies
Yeah.
overnight. Like, how do you see that playing out, or maybe in the timeline of events? Because I know everyone has such wildly different opinions when it comes to the dollar and just fiat, I guess, fiat currencies in general.
Yeah, I guess probably a more satisfying way to answer your question is that if we price Bitcoin in dollar terms today, what is one Bitcoin worth once everybody works it out? I agree with Jeff Booth. It's 43 million bucks, because that's the entire
Okay.
financial system. So it's the other
Yeah.
side of every trade, which is what Mallers
Yep.
has said. So I actually think Mallers
Yes.
agrees with Booth, right?
Yeah.
So it's 900 or a quadrillion
Yeah.
that we're looking at today. So yeah, like
Okay.
it's just a matter of time when Bitcoin has the same purchasing power of $43 million today for a single Bitcoin.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
If you like that clip, then you definitely got to check out this next spicy clip. I think you're really going to like it. Come on, check it out. But if you want the full version, the full interview, then check that out over here. Come on, do it. I'll see you in there.